Hey everyone, and welcome to day 20 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Don't Look Now 1973 movie review. A couple that just lost their child is receiving messages from the beyond. But is it all believable? So as far as the story goes, this horror movie being released in 1973 starts out with a tragedy that fizzles out over time and becomes an even bigger issue when this couple moves to Italy. This is all the while they're trying to start over and go on with their lives. I thought it was pretty creepy at first with what was going on. It really felt like how when I first saw it, the child dies in the beginning and then either some years pass or we're just now seeing the ramifications for all of that. And in this case, it didn't exactly happen here because of what this family had to go through. And of course, yeah, it is sad, but at times we don't always see them grieving. They're just sort of doing their own thing, and they're restoring a church in Florence, and then all of these weird murders start to happen. And if a killer is on the loose, why are you out running in a maze that is literally this city? And I mean, it just can't get more crazy than that. Now, as far as the casting goes, you've got Donald Sutherland, who obviously is, at least during this time, was fitting to be in another horror movie. I mean, I had literally seen him in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, An American Haunting. And so this movie was definitely no exception with the way that he was acting. He definitely can look terrified when the time is right. At times, it's just hard to envision what, anybody is going through because all of their mannerisms and their facial expressions all look the same. Christie as well is in this, plays his wife, but then half the time she's not even with him. So I sometimes can't trust her in this movie, but no one can be more or less trustworthy than those two ladies that seem to stick together in this movie. And one of them is blind, but she can see things from the beyond, so she claims she's hearing from their child. And it's just really crazy to see how they all sort of interact with one another. So it's kind of like how it was in Rosemary's Baby, with these like really superstitious and suspicious looking people. So the things that I liked about this movie was that there definitely was a lot of red imagery going on with this movie, and I think that's where this movie excels, is that there is a lot of imagery there. The music is very fitting along with that, so it kind of is artistic, and what better place than to film it in Italy, which has a lot of stunning architecture, and of course they're restoring a church, which makes it even more of a symbolic type of imagery. I feel like a lot of that also contributed to the foreshadowing of what was to come. There was also a Final Destination-esque type of scene that sort of had me on the edge of my seat. And that ending, though, definitely had my jaw drop to the floor. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that there was this one really weird scene in the movie. It was also due to one of the lady actors, and I felt awkward watching it, and it was just something like out of the blue. Like I couldn't really quite figure out what exactly it meant. And then the middle of the film really feels slow moving and nothing much really happens. So while it looked like nothing was going on, something more meaningful was bound to be discovered. So that's where the mystery of this movie also comes through, not just the horror. And of course the camera work was kind of nauseating to watch, even though at times it was kind of cool. So overall, I would say that this movie had me kind of on the fence at times. I wouldn't exactly say I enjoyed myself watching it. I sort of took it for what it was, especially during the time that it was made, so obviously it is dated, so it's definitely noticeable there. So I am kind of on the fence about recommending it to you guys, but I still think it is an interesting movie to watch nonetheless. So I would give this 2.5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Don't Look Now, 1973, and come back tomorrow for day 21 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming every week for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.